while ago, I looked at the mirror, putting makeup and comb my hair, and suddenly I was so shocked. What is that thing in the mirror? Oh my god, I didn't do anything. But how could it be possible? This is me, the a human being called Yoja. I, Yoja, didn't do anything. I didn't try to be alive. I didn't try to breathe. I never tried to circulate my blood. I never tried to, you know, I tried to make myself healthy, like eating, so-called good food, and sometimes exercise. But it's not my doing. It's not my ability to make how I am. I didn't make myself. I never create myself. I'm creating this video. But it's just beyond our imagination and beyond our thinking of what is happening in this universe. So it looks like so complex, but so beautiful and wonderful, and so intelligent, because there's just one intelligence, one divine being or God, and that's the only thing exists. So if there is like a two intelligence, how come all the billions of planets is going moving around very fast, but they never collide? It's just like obviously there's only one intelligence. So amazing, so beyond imagination. I'll tell you one story. There is a centipede, and it has so many hundreds of legs. But how come all these hundreds of legs never tangle and just go forward smoothly, never entangle? So there's one philosopher watching centipede walking, and the philosopher was so curious and asked the centipede, how come you maintain that kind of a smooth state? How come you walk so smoothly and you are so many hundreds of legs never collide, never stick to each other and entangle? And the centipede never thought about that kind of question. But he kind of a little proud of himself, because he has so many hundreds of legs, but he managed so well, and it never make any problem, because but he never think first step and then second step, third leg should be this position or that position. It could be like crazily complicated, hundreds of legs, but he never thought about it. He was doing so wonderfully. Even a philosopher was so impressed and asked him question, how could you do it so smoothly? And centipede like first kind of proud, but thought about how he is so wonderful, how he managed to so many hundreds of legs never collide, always harmoniously, with like a perfect position, first and second and third and etc. And as soon as he thought about that problem and he just thinking about, okay, I will manage it. The first leg should be this, and second leg should be move this one, third leg should be this one. He, as soon as he thought about, his legs kind of lost harmony and entangled, stick together, and he couldn't walk again. The story tells us the more we try to control, the more we plan and schedule and try to manage things our own way, we mess up. Because naturally, every one of us, all the creatures in the universe are perfect because it's managed by one intelligence and one power, one energy, one life energy, one intelligence. So everything, in actuality, everything happens spontaneously. We don't have to do anything. But we falsely believe that we can control and we can do something. We can correct something. And that's why we, create unwanted problems and create havoc this plane. We should think. I cannot say don't think and just be natural. You cannot do that because without thinking, this civilization will never exist. We have to have a good memory, sharp memory to do wonderful things. We have to have a good memory. We have to, otherwise we'll go crazy. We have to remember where we live. So if we go out somewhere and then we can come back to our correct house, right? But if you are like a conscious, if you become awakened, you just think what is necessary, what is practical, and you don't think something unnecessary like a psychological stuff, like a personal matters. So there is no should or shouldn't. There's no should or shouldn't. What is the standard? It's a man-made good and evil. Everywhere in the world different, and in the every different time frame in the history, there was different standard of right or wrong. And we live in certain society, and then we said from we are a little little children. We are told that from our parents and teachers and society, you should this, you should not do this. That's crazy. And what is wrong or what is right. There's no right or wrong. What's the correct standard? And we are people are unnecessarily just feel guilt all the time. Because why you feel guilt? Why you feel guilty? What is right or wrong? What what we should, what we should not. There's no should or shouldn't. Because if I said, the Bible said, love your neighbors like as thyself. How? That's impossible. How can you love your neighbor as yourself? You must love. That's crazy. That's impossible. That's insane. You love because you love. You love because you fall in love with someone. You fall in love with something. You cannot help it. Let's say your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or girlfriend say, honey, you're so wonderful person. I like you so much, and I respect you. I honor you. You're so adorable, and I will try to love you. Do you like that? How can someone try to love? They cannot try to love. If you do something, if you lose 20 pounds and you become like a good shape, I will love you. That's crazy. That's insane. I will love you. That's impossible. Because you cannot, when you are in love, you are not doing love. Love is not doing. When you love, you fall in love. You become love itself. And then you cannot help. You cannot help. You express because you are love. So I say, love is, all love is, what kind of love is it? Unconditional. Unconditional. There's no condition. You must love. I'm going to do this and you must love it. No condition. You cannot. You cannot try to love because you love because you can help it. Because you are love. You fall in love. You cannot get out of it. You love because you love. There's no condition. So there's no should or shouldn't. And I told many times to when I make a Korean video, don't worry. You shouldn't worry because but I think that's wrong too. Because if I say don't worry, worrying just destroys you, cannot help anything. Stop worrying, don't worry. But you cannot help because you worry. You worry, you try not to worry, but you worry. And then I say don't worry, and then you worry about worrying itself. Because, oh my God, you worry about, I worry so much. Because you worry so much. It doesn't make sense. That's crazy. So just be natural. I say, don't worry. No, that's wrong. I said, worry. No, you cannot worry. I don't worry. I don't worry at all. It's crazy. I don't worry. And people say, how come you don't worry? Because I can't help. Even though I try to worry, because I can worry. Because I know that I'll be taken care of. I know that people worry about, they try to survive, they protect themselves. But I realize that, I don't try to just protect that much. I don't try to survive, because if I try survive, it doesn't make any difference. I try or not. If I try, make even situation even worse, because I will have I will lose my opportunity to enjoy that moment, because I try and worry. Doesn't make any sense. Even though I try worry, I can, because I myself is not worrying state. I can't help it. I fall in love with not worrying state, because I enjoy so much. And if I try to worry about what? Cannot worry. So be natural. I cannot say be natural, but because you will try be natural, you can. So I cannot say anything. But I know you cannot love. Love is not doing. And you can not to worry, because worry comes and just comes and goes. But so many people, most of people, from the very young, since they are little kids, they were just so restricted. Our nature is freedom, boundless freedom. But they are so restricted, conditioning so much. I should this, I should not this. I'm good. But parent and society and teachers said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And that they feel guilty, because that's so bad. You shouldn't feel guilty. Even though you did the so-called bad thing. What is bad but so-called bad thing? Mistake. Everybody make a mistake, right? You shouldn't feel guilty. It's all past. And I'm not saying that you should do anything, whatever, everything, randomly. That's not freedom. But you shouldn't feel guilty. It doesn't make any better. You just say, oh my God, that's not very smart, right? I did something not very smart, and I can do it better. You can, you try to do better things, but you shouldn't feel guilty. It's all over, because you didn't do anything wrong. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's right. Nothing's wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's all standard, human standard. So just be natural and enjoy every moment. Don't feel guilty. Some people feel guilty of so many things. And you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. Some people feel guilty even because they ate so much food. What did they wrong? Because they ate so much, and maybe they become fat. Maybe they don't like the result, become so fat, but they shouldn't feel guilty. You didn't do anything wrong, because at that time you liked that food so much, and you you overate. So next time you try to not to eat so much. You try to eat moderate or something, but you shouldn't feel guilty. It doesn't make any difference because that's not your fault. Nothing's wrong. Everybody make a mistake. So there's no should or shouldn't. We cannot love. We cannot do love because we fall in love. We ourselves are love itself, so we cannot help not to love. Everything flows spontaneously, automatically, naturally. That's it. Thank you so much.